Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. You know, we are experiencing some very, kind of mixed weather. One week it's extremely cold, then we get to 60 degrees, and then back to 30 degrees.
Yeah, the thing about autumn and fall that comes in, it flirts with a lot of the low temperatures at night, and I just refuse to turn on the LG for the LG&E for the heat.
Yes.
And I know it wears you out because I say he needs some Geritol.
I will not complain. And so,
Put on long sleeves, put on a sweater, some socks, but this is how volatile fall and autumn is. It just fluctuates a lot.
see, that's another Energy Matters tip that you just slipped in there. Yeah, and something else that we've just been faced with was the time change. We rolled back an hour, and I know for some of us it makes a big difference. It gives you what I feel like an extra hour to sleep. So, and when you wake up, it's actually daylight, so it's all good. One of the things we're going to be talking about today is we went out to Middletown Cycling. They opened up a new store, and you did an interview with a few young men that have done something.
It's a new restaurant and lounge called Vibes.
Right, and then we also did a segment with Tony Parrott over at MSD. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Easy computer access matters.
Having a live person to talk to matters.
And we want you to know access to healthcare matters. So, if you live in Kentucky and need healthcare, it's your right. Stand up, show up, and sign up with no pay up. It's as easy as 123. Call 855-459-6328. We all know Black Lives Matter, but we want you to know your health matters as well.
Well, you know, we're always talking about biking and we're talking about staying physically fit. And one of our major partners is Middletown Cycling. So we got to go out and see Ross at Middletown, and they have opened their third location. So take a look at this. We're here at Middletown Cycling, and every month we do a segment with Middletown Cycling because, as you know, we are very big. In fact, we're huge as it relates to fitness. And there's no better way to get fit than to get on a bicycle. Takes me back to my younger days, my youth, when I always rode a bicycle. And now that still continues now at this stage that I'm at in life that we won't even talk about. I'm here with Nira, who is one of the owners of Middletown Cycling, and we're at a new location that is right off of Bardstown Road on Gardner Lane. Nira, well, you've been on Urban Lifestyles before, so welcome back. And tell me why we opened this new store.
Had a wonderful opportunity that this property came up for lease, and Ross called me and said, hey, do you want to go in this business with me together? And moved from California, and here we are.
You know, each store has its own unique personality. So what's going to be the personality of the store here on Gardner Lane?
Well, it is a different store, but at the end of the day, it's customer service, which is what we've done at Middletown Cycling, which is what we're going to continue to do at Middle of Town Cycling. Customers come first. It's a fun environment. It's happy. Here to serve people who want to bike outdoors with their friends, with their family, and just stay happy and healthy.
So I'm back with Christine. And Christine, I see you at every store, and it seems like you have 9 million roles. So what exactly is your role?
So I'm doing project management and business development for Ross and Nira. So Nira didn't come to us till about a month ago, so about a few months before she arrived, I've been working on different projects to try and make sure this stuff got secured for this store.
Like you've done an excellent job. So as we're looking around the store, we see that the bikes are coming in. We were talking about the e-bikes. So I know that there are giant bikes, and I got a Focus that I definitely love. So what other things can we look for as it relates to things that are happening as it relates to new bikes that are coming in?
So we're going to have a whole shipment of Diamondbacks that are going to be delivered today. So got a lot of exciting things coming from Diamondback and Raleigh, iZip, and High Bike. So we're going to carry all those brands at this store. We are trying to have at least one different brand than the other store. We haven't solidified that yet, so look for an announcement once that gets done. We're going to obviously have the giant bikes, the KHS bikes, and just e-bikes, mountain bikes, commuter bikes. We're really trying to get a bunch of bikes in here that are under the $1,000 price point so that people aren't so sticker shock when they walk in here.
I'm here with Ross, and you, of course, congratulations, first of all, on the opening of the third store. And I know in talking to you in the past, one of the things that you said you really wanted to focus on this store is kind of being the repair hub. So what exactly does that mean?
Well, I think, there's more bicycle stores down the road there, but then with this whole, I would call it quadrant of town, like you literally turn off the Watterson and turn into this building. So I think, we have customers that live across town that would already, come all the way out to Middletown for us that can drop off here. But I also think there's just a lot of people that kind of live down on the western part of the Watterson. We're going to be the closest, easiest place to get stuff fixed. We have these great mechanic. We have Daniel, our head mechanic at Middletown. He's coming over. Really awesome guy. He's from Ecuador. He's got his family over here, and he speaks Spanish. And Nira speaks multiple languages. So we really, just grow the Middletown family bigger, and try a little different part of town. There's St. Matthews. You can go get your bike fixed. Middletown, and now right over here on Gardner Lane, middle of town.
All right, so you've pretty much made almost kind of a circle triangle around the city, and a lot of.
Working on the circle.
You're working on the circle.
I don't know. It's gonna be a weird. So maybe it'll be like a Pac-Man map.
have to make it all work. But a lot of people, when they are having a bike and they're thinking about getting it serviced, the good thing is they don't have to necessarily purchase a bike for you, but you will still do the service on that.
Well, we service all bicycles, and one of the things that's always been kind of important to me is not every bicycle, for instance, needs a full tune-up. A tune-up would be like you're going to the doctor and you're getting your blood work done, you're getting, you're going to be there for a couple hours. A lot of time it's a tube change, which would be like getting a shot, and that's something, frankly, we don't want to be the kind of place that just has to store a bunch of bikes for small repairs, but it's important to stay kind of on top of that. Mm-hmm. We're not saying we're always going to do that, but, we do that at Middletown, and depending on how busy we are, but just quick stuff that you don't want to have to drive around for, just make it quick and easy in and out. And that's really what we're hoping for. And, also a lot of people don't even know, maybe they're getting their bike repaired and they're not really familiar with what's out there, and it's always an opportunity. Hey, we're fixing your tube, go pedal around the parking lot, see what's new. We take trade-ins, so it's just anytime people coming in the door, regardless of whether they're buying stuff or not, if they want to learn about cycling, if they want to see what we're doing over here, it's it's going to be cool. We're going to have some art from a local artist in here too, so I mean we're going to be visually appealing as well as cycling appealing, whatever you want. We hope we're...
So a little bit for everybody. So again, if you're looking for a bike, you're looking for bike repairs, if you're looking for bike gear, they've got 3 convenient locations for you at Middletown Cycling. And once again, we're in the Highlands, we're in Middletown, and we're in St. Matthews. So something for everybody. Ross, always great catching up. The new location, it's really unique. It's a very large store, and it's right off of Watterson and Gardner Lane, which is right there behind the bakery. And I mean, it's really going to be a great service for the people in that area.
I think it is a service and it encompasses a lot more for the city to provide service, because like you said, you're right on 264, take that Bardstown Road exit. First Street right there is Gardner Lane, and boom, you're there. And I used to see a lot more bike riders in the Highlands area, sort of, and through the parks like Cherokee and Seneca. So this is going to be perfect.
Yeah, and if they're opening a third store, that means that more and more people are getting like us, and that means that they're getting on their bikes. Yeah. Doesn't matter how fast you ride, just as long as you're getting out there, getting some exercise. Yeah. We'll take a quick break and back with more.
Fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good,
and even harder when it's not.
With online updates to keep you safe and informed during the storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We're more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to serve.
Mental health care matters.
Treatment of substance abuse matters.
Medical screenings matter.
And we want you to know access to health care matters. So if you live in Kentucky and need health care, it's your right. Stand up, show up, and sign up with no pay up. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call 855-459-6328. We all know Black Lives Matter, but we want you to know your health matters as well.
And I
have been with the Louisville Water Company for a little over 5 years now, and I am in customer care. My job has changed due to the virus because I'm up front on the front end of helping people at the door from when the lobby shut down. So I'm up front actually helping people at the door to make their payments. Any questions they have, help and go over and beyond with people right now because of the virus and see them face to face. Drops of Kindness program is based off of what you can pay, when you can pay it. And so when you call in to customer care, what they do is ask you what date you can actually pay and how much you can pay. So it's basically going to fit into your budget. They're excited about being able to pay it when they can. And, with the virus, people are penny pinching and trying to make ends meet. So they're excited about us being able to help. Drops of Kindness, Louisville Water Foundation donates a certain amount of money to these agencies. And when they call us, the Louisville Water Company, we refer them to call the agencies, maybe Sister Visitors, Neighborhood House. So once we let our customers know that we're not adding any late fees or cutting anybody off right now due to the virus, they're excited about that. And they're saying, we can pay in a couple of weeks. It'll come through for us to pay in a couple of weeks. So they're excited about us not cutting off or not charging any late fees. The thing that I would like our customers to know about the Drops of Kindness, that all they have to do is give us a call. We'll set up the pay plan for them so it fits in their budget, and we'll go from there. Based on the National Taste Test, our water is #1 in the country. Take a taste.
It's hard to do anything without talking about COVID-19, the pandemic. It's something that has not gone away, and it doesn't seem to be going away. We see that numbers are rising, but we got an opportunity to catch up with one of our partners, which is Tony Parrott over at MSD. So, Tony, great to catch up with you, and I've got a few questions for you, and Denise does as well. COVID-19, it's been a huge impact on 2019, but how has it affected your workforce?
Well, COVID-19 has been really difficult as we are an essential utility and essential operations where we must come to work to be able to provide wastewater, stormwater, and flood protection services to the community. We have seen, just as our community, as the COVID-19 numbers are rising, we're starting to see impacts within our organization. Not only with positive cases, but with contact tracing. One of the biggest challenges we have is we have, anywhere from 30 to 40 people out at one time in our operations area just because of contact tracing relative to COVID-19.
So Tony, we know in the workplace and with COVID there has to be some protocols, and I would like to know what are some of the procedures that you all follow when someone has actually tested positive in the workplace for COVID-19?
We normally follow the CDC guidelines whenever we have an employee who has tested positive for COVID-19. We instruct those employees to work with their personal physicians in quarantine and have a negative test before they return to work.
What are some of the precautions that you all are taking, and how is that being communicated to your staff?
Well, we're doing a lot. More importantly, we're doing a lot of communication. Making sure that we get information out to our employees, making sure that we let them know what the expectations are, particularly around social distancing, wearing a mask, and we're also doing employee screening before folks report to our facilities. That includes temperature scanning and also addressing any type of symptoms that they may have.
So Tony, because the COVID-19 has affected everyone from personal to in the business, like with you all, but where COVID-19 has impacted a lot of people, how are you all working with the families who have lost their jobs and are unable to pay for the services?
Well, COVID-19 has impacted our customer base relative to those folks that have been laid off or those folks that are having trouble or difficulty paying their bill. Since April, there has been no turnoffs or penalties assessed for late charges on the monthly bill. We have been working with the Louisville Water Company, our partner, to make sure that folks have access to what we call the Drops of Kindness program, where they can have access to, through the community ministries, a way to access funds to help them pay their bill.
Well, Tony, it's always great catching up with you and everyone over at MSD. I'll tell you, the work that they do in the community is phenomenal. You know, they keep us connected, they keep us in touch, and, you know, they never stop working. And you have to consider, you know, their group of staff as frontline workers.
Yeah, I would say frontline indeed, because when those workers are generally affected, that's going to be a domino effect that affects all of us out here in the community. So we just want to stay on top of, and I commend you all at MSD for staying on top of how you're having your protocols in place, and let's make the best of this situation until it gets better.
And thanks again for your service. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Max and Denise, we wanted to come to you through the gym today. We're both in here working. We got clients going today. So one thing we want to talk to you about is about how to pick what weight you're working out with. If you're going to go up a weight or go down, it's really based on form.
Yes.
So say you're doing 3 sets of 10 and you have 10-pound dumbbells. Well, you get to your second set and you notice that it's still pretty easy. Well, let's go ahead and go to your third set. Why not go to 12 pounds if you're still kind of really pushing easy with the 10 pounds?
Exactly.
So that's kind of a way to gauge. And just say if you're on your third set and you have 12 pounds, but you only get 6 reps, then that means you might actually want to go down and maybe stay at the 10 if you can't complete 3 full rounds of 10 reps with the 10 weights.
Exactly, and another thing to look at beyond just your strength is your form. If you're finding that, you know, you're not able to keep consistently good form with the weight that you're using, you need to drop down because you're risking injuring yourself, and there's no reason to hurt yourself in the gym trying to lift weights heavier than your body needs to be lifting.
That's it. So you have to be a good judgment of how much weight you're using. I mean, if you don't have a coach there with you or a partner. So again, if it's a little too easy, try to push yourself. But if you can't finish your reps, then you need to stay in that range until you can fully complete your reps.
Exactly,
right?
and I'll say if you've been working out for several months, several years, and you're still using those 5-pound dumbbells, it's time to stay there.
It's time to push it up, right? More resistance, better results. So really push yourself when you're in the gym. Don't just be comfortable. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable, right?
Yes, that's it.
All right, so that's just from us. Hope you guys have a good workout. We appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, it's me, Herlin Robinson from Magic in the Afternoon on Magic 101.3. Listen, we got a lot popping off on the station, and I don't want you to miss out on anything. Like, we got that $1,000 Steve stimulus cash, giving you 18 chances to walk away with $1,000. All you do is listen every hour on the hour. You hear the code word, then you go to 1013online.com, enter that code word in, and guess what? You're in the running for $1,000. And we're hooking folks up on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Yes, we've got Steve's Thanksgiving dinner giveaway. We're going to be hooking up 15 families with Thanksgiving dinner. How about Christmas? We got Christmas Wish 2020 popping off, where 5 families or individuals are going to walk away with a Christmas wish of their liking, right? So you just got to go to 1013online.com, find out more information about that. And how about jobs? I know, you know, we know things are tight. We've got jobs at 1013online.com. All you need to do is click the Putting Kentuckiana Back to Work, and there's page after page after page after page of employers looking for folks just like you. So keep hanging out with me every afternoon, 2 to 7, and please, by all means, go to 1013online.com.
Well, I know with COVID-19, and this somewhat feels like cabin fever for a lot of people, but we still have to go on with life, but in a different manner and in the most safe way. And there is this new restaurant lounge called Vibes, and it's on River Road, and I had the distinct pleasure of speaking with one of the proprietors, so let's just take a look. Hi, I'm here to let you all know about a new social place. It is called Vibes, V as in Victor, I-B-E-S, and I want to introduce you to one of the owners, proprietors, and this is Alan Evans. And Alan, welcome to Urban Lifestyles.
Thank you very much.
So we're here during the time of COVID, but I saw you all's establishment back before COVID would set in, and I could see a lot of people here, and I heard a lot of good things about it. So just share with us about Vibes, the concept of it, and actually how you all came into go into business for this.
Well, Vibes, first and foremost, is a restaurant and Ultra Lounge. So I always try to emphasize that we're a restaurant first, and then we're a lounge second. So as far as what we have to offer, every day of the week, except for Monday, we're open for dinner 5 to 9. And then we extend our lounge from 9 to 12 right now with the stipulations that we have with the governor's curfew. But as far as concept goes, Southern style food offering, as you can see, in more of an upscale environment, atmosphere. A lot of the, should we say, the style and the ambiance that you see is emphasized from lounges from Atlanta, Manhattan, places that I've actually traveled and went to, and just wanted to bring a nice feel back to our city in an environment and music that represents our culture.
Mm-hmm. What would you say the demographics age-wise for you all?
I would say really it's more of a 25 to 40.
Okay. You all have dress code? Which is?
Not anything over the top, but we do not allow athletic wear, such as basketball shorts, jerseys of that sort, as well as sandals or anything like that. So you are asked to bring in, work shoes, closed-toe shoes, and basically just look dressed to part.
Okay, like upscale, casual, just yeah. So now the partnerships you have with the establishment would be yourself and.
Terrence Johnson was a brother of mine, and Leroy Marshall was also a brother of mine. Okay. And so I have some other investors as well that are involved, but primarily it's just me and my brothers that have started this establishment.
So I like to think that when you come up with an establishment like this, whose ideas were more prominent versus the other ideas of all the collaborators?
I would say because we have been attached for so long, we actually came together about 15 years ago as far as our relationship starting, and the vision actually started at that time. We all have backgrounds in corporate America, spent time in corporate America, mainly finance and business backgrounds, some marketing as well. So we've tried to, over that time, we actually embarked upon several businesses together as well. So this isn't really the first one, but this is one that I sort of took the reins about 3 years ago as we were still all in corporate America and started to push the envelope a little bit more. Leroy actually is located in Michigan. Terrence was relocated to North Carolina, so I was here left to kind of run with it. And so I stepped away from corporate America about a year ago. I like to say I retired from corporate America a year ago, and I was able to embark upon this and this vision and try to really run with it. And so I would say, a lot of what you see and feel is for me just because I was here hands-on with it. Right. However, their vision is definitely in here as well, and has been a part of what has been a part of what.
Yeah, that it's manifested. So basically, I know like establishments like that you mentioned, like other major metropolitan cities. How do you keep it fresh? How do you keep making sure that it doesn't die down? I know I've seen where you all have had events. I think people can have parties here. Tell me about that.
So the beautiful thing about COVID, for here is that when COVID hit, I actually was still sharing part of this building with a gym that was next door. So when COVID hit, they actually moved out. Was able to get the rest of the building, which allowed for us to expand our capacity. So now we have a private room area over there that we also use for dinner as well. So that's probably what you're referring to, where we do party rentals and things of that sort, which is actually helps to diversify the business model a little bit more.
There is a great club, and I think they've done a great job with that location, and it seems like it's something that really was needed here in the city.
I think that was great because they all come from a business background, and so they had business models that they're following. Mm-hmm. But when the space became open next door, it allowed them to expand.
Sure.
They keep things safe, and they have rooms that you can rent for birthday parties or meetings or whatever. And the food is very good, and the menu is, and it's good all the way around. And I just like that they're putting in place, and with the dress codes and so forth, to keep everything safe but enjoyable.
Yeah, and one thing, I'd like to give a special shout out to is to Terrence Millen, who is one of the owners. And I've known Terrence since he was born because his dad and I go way back to school together at Western, and he calls me Unc because I feel like I'm his adopted dad when Vince is not in town. So best of luck to all of them. We'll take another break and back with more right after this.
Mental health care matters.
Treatment of substance abuse matters.
Medical screenings matter.
And we want you to know access to health care matters. So if you live in Kentucky and need health care, it's your right. Stand up, show up, and sign up with no pay up. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call 855-459-6328. We all know Black Lives Matter, but we want you to know your health matters as well.
Well, you know, there's a lot that's still going on in the city, and a lot of things I think people have been doing during this time of COVID is working on home projects. I don't think there's anyone that we have talked to who's not engaging in that.
Yeah, I remember we were like wanting to do something with the deck, and there was no lumber available because the demand was so high, like you said, on all these inside projects, outside projects. So, which is great because pretty much everybody is staying in their nest at home and, you know, doing things that way. So, and then, you know, I'm thinking about the holidays are coming, Thanksgiving's coming up. We just went through Halloween trick-or-treat and then Christmas. So we have to have a new definition on family gatherings and still staying safe.
Right. So keeping the numbers down small. And something else we can't forget is Black Lives Matter and everything that's been going on for the last 8 months or so. So we've got to make sure that we don't lose focus on that, and we just got to make sure that we're keeping that top of mind.
Yeah, I mean, because this has set the tone. So it's something that's, to me, has been boiling, and it came to the boiling point or the tipping point, and then it spills over, and, you know, we have to do something.
Yeah, and of course, we've just gone through an election, and by the time our show airs, we hope that everyone did get out and vote and that your candidate won. And of course, if you didn't vote, then you can't complain, right? Right. And finally, the last thing, we've got to wish our favorite second daughter happy birthday because she's been celebrating, it seems like, all year long.
Yeah, she does that, yeah.
Well, you know what? I think that's our show.
Oh, and that's our time.
And we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles.
Stay safe.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.